Hey everyone, Myathe here for part 3 of my beta videos. I'm going to go over some quest bugs and Windwalker Monk abilities. First of all, I'm still having weird issues with player models. My settings are pretty low, and I mess with them all the time to see if anything changes, and then I just get weirder stuff like this. However, I didn't change the settings from low to fair for the quest to take no prisoners, despite the beta notes telling me to, and everything seemed to work okay for me. I had a fun time with the quest, which involved snipering Hosen from afar. Also, my healing spheres kept spawning everywhere. That's kind of amusing. I've seen a lot of videos about the Horde meditation quest, how people form lines, but on the Alliance side I didn't have to stand in line, and I completed it on the first try. Another bug I noticed is in the quest Hue, where if you log out for too long, you lose the skinning knife. Bug quest is bugged. I had to drop the quest and pick it back up again. Also, if you want to know where the monk trainer is in Stormwind, she's standing by the statue in front of the cathedral. However, that doesn't matter to me because you can't respec currently and my monk is stuck in Pandaria. Most maps are in the beta except for this placeholder map of the Dread Wastes. So, I've been playing this 85 Windwalker Monk for a few days, and it's pretty straightforward. Jabs generate chi, kind of like combo points. Chi is used for attacks, kind of like finishing moves. Monks also use energy, not unlike rogues, and they also wear leather, with agility. However, monks have something rogues don't, raid buffs, and statues that are totally not like totems, and they have silences, stuns, and disarms, and also touch of death. Sorry about that, rogues. Enjoy your legendaries. So let me just run through some of the Windwalker Monk abilities that I saw at level 85. One of the first few abilities you get is Roll, and it's a monk ability, not a Pandaren racial. The weapons a Windwalker Monk can use are two-handed weapons like pole arms and staves, and they can also dual-wield one-handed weapons like fist weapons, axes, swords, and maces. For the newly made 85 monks who are like, where's my jab? Your weapon changes jab. Unarmed and fist weapon is still jab. Swords become slice, axes become sever, maces become club, stabs is clobber in time, and polearms becomes pike. Windwalkers also get the passive ability Muscle Memory, which generates extra chi from jab. So I'm just going to go over a couple of the offensive skills, like the taunts and attacks. You have Provoke, which is your basic taunt. Spinning Crane Kick is your basic AoE, which costs 1 chi, and you can cast it while you're moving. The White Tiger statue lasts for 15 minutes, and whenever you use 3 chi, a tiger comes from it to attack your target. The more distance the tiger has to travel, the more damage it does. An interesting thing I noticed is that you can cancel the statue by right-clicking the icon under your character portrait to despawn it. Next up is Spinning Fire Blossom, which is a ranged fireball type attack. Again, more range equals more damage. Crackling Jade Lightning is a ranged lightning attack that knocks back enemies in melee range. Fists of Fury costs 3 chi and is a flurry of punches. Rising Sun Kick costs 2 chi and also causes 10% increased damage to enemies for 15 seconds. A good leveling ability is Touch of Death, which instantly kills any NPC that has equal or lesser health to you. Monks also have brews, which give them temporary buffs. Tiger Eye Brew allows some of your abilities to hit 2 additional targets for 20 seconds. Fortifying Brew increases your health by 100%, but holds on incoming heals until it wears off. Energizing Brew restores 60 energy over 6 seconds and can only be used in combat. The last brew on the list is Cider, which instantly restores all of your chi. And now here's a few of the defensive abilities of the Windwalker Monk. The first is Detox, which removes bleed and poison effects from a target. Another pretty standard monk ability is Healing Spheres, which heal people that walk through them, and you can put out 3 at a time. These can also spawn from the passive ability Afterlife, or Chi Spheres if you use Blackout Kick to defeat an enemy. One of the buffs that Windwalkers get is Legacy of the White Tiger, which increases mastery by 5. You can also have that and Legacy of the Emperor at the same time. The bubble-like ability that monks get is called Life Cocoon, which makes you or a friendly target immune to damage and heals 5% a second, though movement speed is cut by 50 and you are pacified. A nice raid cooldown for incoming damage is probably Meditation, which reduces damage by 99% and transfers all party raid damage in 30 yards to you. Monks also get their own resurrection spell called Resuscitate, And lastly, there's Sparring, which increases your parry chances for attacks taken in front of you. And now some of the crowd control ability. Disable reduces enemy movement by 25%, 50%, and then roots them in place raise. Grapple weapon steals an enemy's weapon and shield and can be used at a distance, possibly increasing your damage. Paralysis is an instant stun attack, doubly effective from behind a target. Spear Hand Strike is your basic silence. However, don't confuse these abilities with the Pandaren racial Quaking Palm, which causes a 4-second nap time. And since it's beta, there's a few things that aren't implemented or that I just can't look at yet. First is Rushing Jade Wind, which I guess is the monk version of Druid Cyclone, and Transcendence, which looks like it's some sort of teleport from one location to another using your spirit. And those are just a few of the monk abilities that I got to look at. However, the real question on my mind, because I'm a lore nerd, and other people interested in the lore, what they want to know is, where the heck is Pandaria? Well, you know what? I've heard some pretty good arguments that say Pandaria is somewhere in the South Seas region of Azeroth, that it's near Zandalar, or something like that. But really, though, no one knows where Pandaria is. It's hidden by mists. Magical mists. Mists that cause server crashes. And mists that cause errors on character select screens. So, if you're going there, please, be sure to pick up some runes of teleportation. Seriously, you won't get back home if you don't. Anyway, until next time, thanks for watching, and, leave a comment down below. Rate the video if you want to, and, subscribe. The white tiger statue lasts for 15 minutes, and whenever you use 3 chi, a tiger comes from it to attack your target. The more distance the tiger... They're great!